Hey everyone, it's Red Beard the Hippy here with Boyd in Kearney, Nebraska, outside the other side, doing some chatting. So let's go ahead and start off with when's the album going to come out?
Damn, dude. You know what? Honestly, dude, I don't want to do an album. I want to keep doing singles and collaborating and stuff like that until enough people want an album. You know what I mean? I think it's a starter marketing strategy. Every time you put something on Spotify, you can, pitch an individual song to playlists and started trying to pitch one song off of an album, so it's more cost efficient, it's more, and eventually people are going to want one, and then that's when they're going to get one, but people are going to have to start asking for that before it actually comes.
Well, I'm the first one that
more than just you.
Oh,
more than just you, Redbeard. You're going to have to get these people to circulate.
Well, and also with Spotify, you can see what is working and what isn't working with songs, because if you drop something that you think is a banger and it gets 3 views.
Right. And it's not even so much about the views as much as it is you only really get one chance to make a first impression with 90% of the people who are going to hear it. The people who I come in contact with, the people who come to these local shows, that's where I get to kind of experiment and get to see, do people like this, do people like that, because I know, these people are not even here for me, some of them, they're coming from one of the other openers, so it really doesn't matter, and I can just kind of gauge that. But when we're putting stuff out there and we're talking about marketing money and we're talking about video and we're talking about promo, stuff like that, it's a completely different ballgame.
Well, I remember covering one show where we did the initial interview where the chords were all wrong, but you dropped 2 new songs that same night, and it was one of those where it's like, this one was really good, this one was the one that was because I think that was the one where you dropped Writer's Block and
maybe
the Rock Bottom one.
Oh, Rock Bottoms, man, I love Rock Bottom.
Yeah, I think it was the night that you dropped both of those, and it was yes, we really like this one, but this one's phenomenal.
Yeah, I really like having the live shows be an opportunity for me to do something a little bit different sometimes, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I do something different every single time, but that's my opportunity to really test stuff. There's anytime a song actually gets released, I promise you it's been tested in front of a live crowd first, just to see kind of reactions and things like that,
Oh yeah, and it also, you can gauge when you should release it, or if this one might be something that, live show only versus maybe an EP later or an album later, where it's okay,
maybe I need to revisit this. Maybe there's a part, that you could see during the performance that was a little bit stale, so maybe I need to go back and revisit that little part and see what I need to do. It's all, if you want it to be, every single event is a information collecting process,
And it's a learning experience too.
Absolutely.
Because that way you can also base how you put your set list together.
Absolutely.
Where it's okay, I lost him when I did this song, so maybe we'll either move this to the end, or we'll just move this out
Did it make sense to go from this song into this song? Maybe I need to move that around. Maybe the thing that I said in between the songs wasn't quite right. Maybe it didn't hit right. There's always so much that you can critique. I'm never going to be as good as I can be at this. You know what I mean? At least I hope not.
Well, and you're also your own worst critic too, because everybody will be like, "Oh, you did an amazing show, dude. I missed the word here, dude." Unless they know every song of yours by memory, give yourself a little credit there.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, man, I'm not a professional yet. Hopefully, right? I'm been doing this for real for 3 years, so I know that there's going to be growing pains. I know that nothing's ever going to work out right, but you're right. I expect myself to be able to be perfect every time, even though I know that that's not what human beings are.
Oh yeah. Well, and there's also the thing too, I've seen a few of the artists that you've opened for.
Yeah.
And there's obviously going to be the nerves if that's the show that you want to come off as being your best show to date.
Sure.
So, for you, who are some of the ones that you've been able to open for that are, the ones where you're holy shit, I got to open for this guy?
I mean, even even in the very, very, very beginning, way back in Colorado, the very first show I ever did, I opened up for Busy Bone, which I thought was...
Yeah. He's one of my favorite rappers.
I thought that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? But I'll be honest with you, dude, I was young and I didn't, get it. You know what I mean?
You didn't understand the gravity of that moment.
And it was one of those things where it was like, I had 25 tickets. I had to pay for 25 tickets, and it was however many I could sell, so I ended up eating some money to do it, and so it kind of left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, but at the same time, who gets to start like that? You know what I mean? That's pretty fucking cool.
That's a pretty good opening show.
Yeah, first time ever, dude. So it was pretty cool. But since I got back into it, since I was, blessed to be with my lady and being able to be in a position where I could chase this dream for real, I got to open up for King ISO and Kriz within months of, so I was super blessed because I got on that 308 Cypher with the Sky Manor boys and, with Upset and Knowledge Born and Cypher and Big Mike, it was incredible.
And it got a really good response too.
I'm telling you, dude, Cody Ross is such a great marketer. He knows what we in our group chats we used to call him the White Suge Knight because he just knew what the fuck he was doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a brilliant marketer. He's actually got a marketing thing now. So if one of you guys want to go hit him up, man, he could probably help you out with some of your stuff because he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Oh yeah, I can attest for that.
Yeah, and
he's also a hell of a rapper too.
Yeah, he's good, and they're both really good. And I think they're getting back together. They had some kind of business things happening with their brand, and but they got that all figured out. It looks like, and I think they're getting ready to drop some more music. So I'm really excited about that.
I think that was the first show that I saw you with the ISO one over in Grand Island.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, so I got to do ISO twice on his tour. I got to do it Kearney and Grand Island, and it was literally because of that Cypher. Straw was, I was just lucky enough that Straw hooked me up and, believed in me, or at least was willing to give me a chance at first, and yeah, it's just grown from there, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a lot of the times where his shows come through, you're on the bill, which is showing, you've put in work and you're now reaping the benefits of those type of work, not just on your craft, but also on your promotion.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I do try my best to, get as many people to come as I can. If you're not doing that, what the fuck are you doing? I've seen online some of these people are like, it's the promoter's job to sell tickets. I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Seriously.
It is everyone's job.
It's everyone's fucking job.
And we're making the record straight here on this interview. Yeah. It's everyone's job.
Everyone is supposed to fucking be a part of this. It's supposed to be community. It's supposed to be together. We're all fucking you are doing what you're doing, and Clarissa Bennett's doing what she's doing, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and these, we all,
and we're all working together.
And we all fit together to try to help us all fucking win together. You know what I mean? And then, if you're not doing it that way, why the fuck are you even doing this?
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, if I share a flyer and 3 people come out to the show that you're putting on because I can't make it, but you got 3 new people that came in the door.
Hey,
that's a win for both of us.
Exactly.
And then, it's one of those things where it's the promoter, it's the artist, it is the venue.
Right.
Everybody has to be on it. This show tonight, that's what my newsfeed has been nonstop about. This pizza party too.
Yeah, I've seen it everywhere too. It's so cool. But so I've said this, kind of before, but that's the really cool thing about Nebraska is that, it may not have the big cities, it doesn't have the Denvers, it doesn't have the LAs, it doesn't have Chicago, whatever, but, say this last NCAA March Madness tournament, right? I watched Scott Van Pelt get on SportsCenter, and the first thing he said was, I have never seen a crowd like Nebraska's crowd. You know what I mean? And so, some of my artists that I've met throughout, the internet on other parts of the country are like, man, Nebraska, that's rough. I'm like, no, it's really not. You don't understand. Once they have you, they fucking have you.
We don't get a lot of the bigger names coming through. So when we do get the bigger names,
right?
It's the artists that have been putting in the work and putting in the promotion and putting in all the shows are the ones that usually get the first consideration.
Absolutely.
Hey, we got so and so come and throw on Tuesday.
Yep.
we're throwing the show at you,
this
guy, and this guy.
Of course.
Do you want it?
Yeah. And I mean, if you notice, honestly, in Kearney, it's a lot of times it's the same people, but that's because we're all serious, you know, and we're all legitimate, and we're all...
Well, it's also weird because it'll be like 2 or 3 shows that you're on, and then like 3 or 4 come through that you're not, and then you'll be on one, and then you'll be off of 2. But it's like this weird cycle of how things go.
Well, I think, you know, Strawstone's really good at putting events together that make sense too. And so sometimes, you know, I talk about some kind of heavy stuff sometimes, you know, and so I probably don't make sense for a lot of shows, honestly. Like, if most of the people on that act are all turning the place up, they don't want me to come in the middle and make everybody all sad for a set, you know what I mean? And it I get it, you know what I mean? Like, it's totally cool
matching
with me.
flow and matching energy.
Yeah, I mean, and so Strawstone does a great job of putting sets together, I think, and putting acts together on the shows and things like that. But I'll be honest, I haven't seen a hip-hop show come around that Straw's done that I haven't been a part of in Kearney for a while. Maybe I've missed one, but I don't.
Well, if you're missing it, then most likely I missed it too, and Upset missed it, and Clarissa missed it,
Royal Music missed it,
Which means somebody pulled a hip hop show,
and Strawstone pulled one and didn't tell any of us, which I don't think happened. That's my guess. I'm just saying. I feel like.
I mean, he might have like 15 years ago or something, because none of us were in the game.
I can't be mad about that, right? I didn't even know the man. No, ever since I've met him, dude, he's been nothing but gracious and nothing but supportive and encouraging. And I'm just, honestly, I feel really blessed that this was where my life took me at the moment that I was going to be able to start chasing this, and the people that I was able to surround myself, because it's definitely my kind of energy.
Yeah.
You know, and I wouldn't have wanted to be in LA where everybody thinks they're a superstar and everybody's trying to cutthroat shit, and I wouldn't have wanted to be a part of that type of scene. This is the type of scene I want to be a part of, and if it doesn't ever grow, you know.
And the cool thing that I've noticed more lately on the music scene is it used to be like, you know, if I'm doing a show and you don't show up to it, I'm not showing up to your show. But like, people are now, if it's not their show, like, hey, we don't have anything going on this weekend, but if you're in this area, go hit hit this show up, and they're sharing flyers, and I'm seeing, and that's how it should be. Yeah, it's a huge, cool community, and the people that are the cutthroats or
they get kicked out.
Well, I mean,
maybe not kicked out, but they get phased away.
Well, they get famous. But in the wrong ways of fame, like, hey, so and so's putting on a show.
Yep.
Man, I'm good.
Yep. And then they just sort of get phased away. So.
Or until they reinvent themselves and they come back and they're cool as hell and they're like, hey man, I'm sorry.
Hopefully.
You know, can I jump on this bill?
You know, hopefully. But, you know, a lot of times it's an ego thing that leads people to be like that in the first place, I think, and I'm not sure ego ever really goes away.
It does, because you can be humble to the point. You can
be. This is true. But it takes something pretty intense.
It does, and realizing that you may have made some mistakes on the way, and you have to go back and do
but that's a whole lot of soul searching, man, and not everybody's strong enough to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's it can be a lot to really look at yourself and be like, I'm the piece of shit. You know.
Yeah.
It can be a lot. It's not an easy transition.
Hey, there we go. New song title. There's new song idea for you. Not
the
song title, but no. And yeah, you got. I know you got some shows coming up, and you're probably pretty busy. So if somebody's wanting to be part of a show or get you on a show, how would they go about contacting you? There we go.
That's it.
Segue into the self-promotion and how to find you.
Cool. Well, if you're interested in booking me for a show, I would recommend just emailing me at boydcanrap@gmail.com. But if you're just kind of interested in what I got going on and you want to see, you know, just a little bit about who I am and get the bio and get some links, you can go to boydcanrap.com. I'm on Facebook under Boyd Music, I think. Otherwise, all the other tags, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, they're all at Boyd Can Rap.
And the fact that you were able to get and were smart enough to get the same tag for everything.
I did for everything I could, but Facebook, there was some, I think there's somebody named Boy D, like Boy-D.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he already has it.
And it's too similar that they're like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if he put the dash in there, to be honest, but I'm not sure. For whatever reason, I couldn't get it on Facebook.
But no, that's one of the biggest things is making sure you figure out how to
somehow make it all connect, right?
Yeah, because that's unfortunately the problem where it's like, okay, you go here and you'll get this one, and
yeah, it's tough. I mean, when there's so many people in the world and it's been around for so long and there's so many creators, so it's definitely difficult to find something original. So I was pretty lucky that apparently no one else named Boyd can rap.
It's kind of like Red Beard the Hippy.
Yeah, that's
Red
a
Beard
good one.
was taken, but like it kind of all meshed together and got it on all the socials.
Works pretty well.
Yeah. No, but I appreciate your time. And
yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you for the interview.
Of course, man. Thank you.